Let's take you to this now. The South African Policing Union spokesperson, Lesiba Thobakgale, joins us for more. Lesiba, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Perhaps the first question to ask is the preventative question. Could this have been prevented? Are there an active, ongoing conversations about the general well-being and also more specifically the mental well-being of police officers in the police service? Are those conversations being had in a loud enough way that those in need know that there's help out there?
Thank you for having us, and greetings to your viewers. It is indeed a concern. I mean, we are talking about mental health. If we want to speak to the type of job which is policing, it is stressful on its own. Members attend to different types of scenes, and definitely trauma, it does catch up with members because of the nature of the job and what they get to be faced. And in terms of conversations, I think ourselves as a trade union, we have initiated a conversation in the Bargaining Council which clearly speaks about retaining the professionals which would be able to assist our members in terms of mental help and wellness when they need it, because ordinarily members after a traumatic event, they should go, before they could go home, they need to be debriefed, which because of the shortages that are there in SAPS, that is not being able to happen. That is why then we continue to see trauma, mounting on top of one another. But I think it is also important for us, whilst we are at it, to make a call to our members to say they must not suffer alone. We are saying that they must not sit in their corners and end up, dying and losing their lives or even killing others. I think when we look at the issue of mental health, it is such a critical thing when we look at the nature of policing. And also, we are also calling on the commanders, those who are close with the members, because they spend most of their time at work with those commanders, to say they must be empathic when it comes to those members. They must put themselves in the shoes of those members, as if it is them who are experiencing the hardships that our members are meeting up with during their daily duties. And further that, I think it is proper for us to also plead with the society to say that the police need their support at this rate that we are seeing, the suicides, and referring to the latest incident that happened last night. But importantly, the president, we are making a call for him to declare the police suicides as a disaster, because we know due to the shortages, we haven't seen posts of employee health and wellness component in SAPS being advertised in the longest time, and we know they've suffered quite a whole lot of losses because those professionals have left SAPS. So if it is then declared to be a disaster, we believe that then they would be given even more money so they can be able to bring more support. They can be able to make sure that there are enough professionals that would be retained within SAPS. And I think with what we have seen, we need prayers. I think SAPS does need prayers. The police, they need prayers. We are also making a call to the churches, to the religious leaders, to say, may they please pray for the police, because what is happening, it is indeed abnormal. It has been like that for the longest time. But we believe that through their prayers and through that intervention, the divine intervention as well, we would be able to overcome these challenges that our members are faced with on a daily basis.
Another important element of the story is one that is a little bit more technical and dispassionate, and that is the question around whether or not police officers should be able to have access to their service pistols outside service hours. Well, the confirmation we got last night from the police on the ground was that the constable had indeed have his service pistol with him at the time of the hostage. Well, whether or not the shooting happened with the service pistol is yet to be confirmed, but it was in his possession in the home, and that was one of the complications. And many have argued, organizations and researchers, experts, as well as academics, have argued that part of firearm handling in the police service should be that police should always turn in their service pistols at the end or at the start of a shift. Whether or not that shift ends while they're out on the field or not, the service pistol should be turned in before they go home. Surely SAPU has a view on that, one that is a little bit more clear with the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah, no, thank you for that question. I think some people, it is convenient for them to make comments when they are seated at the peripheries. But if you are in the police, remember when you pass out and you are declared to say you are a police officer, you have done your shooting courses and you are competent, you take the oath that you are a police officer and you remain to be a police officer throughout. Nothing changes, meaning that even when you are off duty, you still remain to be the very same police officer up until such time that you retire or you leave the service and through different means. And remember, the police, you being a police officer, it means at any time when you have to place yourself on duty, you have to place yourself on duty. A crime cannot be committed in your midst and you do nothing, you fold your hands. The oath that you have pledged when you joined SAPS, it binds you to act, whether to protect yourself or to protect the inhabitants of the Republic and their property, whether you are on or off duty. I mean, let's look at the high rate of police killings that we are seeing. So if one was to have a view that those firearms must be left at the police stations when police officers, they knock off, so then it means that we will be left without any police officer, because the criminals we continue to see, they are out there indeed, so attacking our police officers and being so brazen. So that argument, we don't agree with it, because we are inside the police and we understand how policing works. Police officers need to protect themselves against criminals whether they are on or they are off duty, and they also have to protect the members of the society, because they are carrying a constitutional mandate in terms of Section 205, which is to serve and to protect the inhabitants of the Republic and their property. What is needed here is just to make sure that the psychosocial and even the mental support that our members need in terms of the debriefing, and even having them being able to access any form of help or any form of assistance from professionals. That is what needs to be strengthened in this regard, not to disarm our police officers, which indeed we don't agree with that view.
Yeah. Lesiba Thobakgale, thank you so much for your time this evening. Really do appreciate it. Lesiba is the spokesperson for the South Africa Policing Union.